Hey, welcome back. All right, so let's continue here and see how we can finish up this. Now, the thing is, when posting these posts here, this is kind of similar to when we are posting a product, because we want our articles to be Google friendly, Google search friendly. So what that means is that we need to get the post title and put that title inside the URL address over here. Okay. That way, when somebody opens our post, there's going to be the title of the post in the URL as well, which will help with search engine optimization. So we did something similar with our products here. If we go back to shop and hover on one of these products, or just click one of these, you'll see that we have a search friendly URL here, because we have burger 250 grams with drink in the URL. Okay, so let's do something similar with our blog posts. Yeah. So what I will do is let's go ahead and create a new model. Obviously, I'm going to copy the product class here, especially this create function right here. Okay, so most of this stuff is already done for us. The image system here is done for us, which is very good. So I'm just going to copy everything from here and up to the top. Right click on models, new file, paste, and then obviously I will need the closing tag for the class name. And we need to change the class name to, I don't know, we can call it posts. Yeah. Wait, what was that? Yeah, so it just goes to post like so. Okay, so post create, we can leave this as it is. We do need the image class, so I'm going to leave that there. Data and files equally are needed, so let's leave these babies as they are. I will save that, and let's go to post.class.php and save. All right, so let's begin by looking at the parameters that we need here. So for example, we need the title at the beginning here. UC words may be useful here. I'll leave that there. I'll leave you to decide whether that is necessary. Actually, UC words wasn't necessary here on the product. I don't know why I left these in there, because it's completely useless for the price category and like that. So let me just erase that. I don't really need it in the product class there. So let's go back here and do exactly the same thing. We don't need these guys no more. So title, and then we have here we only have title, we only have URL, user URL. That's okay. But then we need, let's go back here and just confirm for a second. So we need the title, we need the post content itself, and we need the image. So very few that we need here. Let's come back here for a sec. So let me try URL. Wait, is this? So this slug right here, we're going to replace with URL address. We should have called it slug as well, but it's still okay. And this will be from the title, like that. And we obviously don't need, wait, we have user URL, we have date, we have the title. The only next thing we need here is the post itself. And the rest of this is irrelevant. Now, it's possible that you want to create several pages for blog posts, right? in that case, you may need to add a category as well, so that once you select the category, then it shows which page to show. But in our case, we only have one blog page, so we will not need any categories of any kind. So if you do need categories, just use the same system we use for posts. It will work the same way. So remove the category there. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's come back here for a second and check it out. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we are remaining with image, which I think down here we do get to. So first of all, the title here. These are the allowed text here. So I'm going to change that to title. Now the title, yeah, so any characters that you want to add to this, you can simply add them here. Just remember that any characters that are part of regular expressions, for example, this caret here and this dash here could mean something because we are using it here to say A to Z, 0 to 9. So this means something special. So you have to escape it with that. Or what you could do is simply do an escape and put Q like that, and do an escape and put E. I hope that's the correct order because sometimes I think it's EQ or it's QE. Anyway, you can try both. So whatever characters you put in here will be considered literal characters like that. If you have a large number of literal characters to add, like so. But for now, we're just going to leave it as it is. So please enter a valid title. Let's end it there for this post, maybe. And then we come down to URL. Let's try URL address. I don't think we need to do that here because that is generated automatically. There's no price. So instead, we're just going to use a post here. Okay. Clearly, we don't need is numeric. We just need if empty. Please enter a valid. Let's try some valid content. Something like that. You could write your own error messages, so that's not really a big deal. So then let me remove all that. So the slug, I think it's slug. Is it like that or like this? So slug here, we will change this to URL address. So let's do that rather quickly. Okay, I'm going to type URL address like so. Now we don't have many images here. We only have one image like this. So I'm just going to remove the rest of these like so. Come back and do the same thing here. Remove these guys here, and the rest will remain exactly the same. Okay, so looking great. You can set your file image size there as usual. URL address should not be changed here. Oh, okay, this is fine. Where we change, we add a random number to the URL address to keep checking if it exists or not. We just need to change this from blogs. What's the title of this table anyway? It's blogs. Okay. All right, so I think so far so good. Yeah, we can give it a test run and see if things actually work out. What else we need here? Folder. Where does destination come from? Okay. All right, so things are looking up here. Okay, great. things are looking good. So let's give it a test run and see if things actually get saved into the database. So I'm going to come to the admin. This is the admin controller, the very bottom function, which is the blogs function. Right here where we do this, instead we're going to load a model. This model is, in fact, to avoid making mistake, I'm just going to copy what I've done there and simply use it here. So the model we're loading obviously is the post model. Okay, so we load that, and then what we're going to say is copy that and put it here and say posts, like that, create, and then we add that post. Then we copy this, we add files as well, and definitely we need the image class. So let me find where I used the image class and copy that. Looks like a while ago. Let's go up here for a second. We don't need to do this. Let me simply duplicate what I have, and that should do. So back down here, duplicate that, just change this to image. Yeah, maybe here you can put class just to remind yourself it's a class. Copy that, put it there. All right, so the rest is history. Save that. Okay, so let's give it a test run and see what happens. Now the thing is, when creating products there, we were returning the errors. So for us to see the errors, we just have to, we don't need to use, what's this? We don't want to use global variables inside our view. So what we're going to do instead is check in the session. Let me go back here, session error. Let me come back here for a second. Well, maybe I may need to check if this exists. If is set, check error like that, and then let's set it to data errors like so, and then equate that to that. Okay, good. Okay, that is great. Let's give it a test run. So back here, and I want to resend what I had already posted. So let me refresh my page and resend. Okay, so we get a few errors, which is always awesome. So let's see here. It says attempt to read property title on array. Okay, so already I know what the problem is, because we're attempting to read an array using this method of reading, which is reserved for objects. So let me just select all of these guys here and change that to array notation like so. So though this one was correct, so let me put that back. What I needed from this was to do this. Oh, wait a minute, what did I do here? Okay, so it says string to array. Okay, so I should leave that alone. Let me deal with these individually. Like so. And then let me do the same thing here. Okay. Very good. I think that should solve the problem. So let's try again, reset, resend. Okay, so code to undefined member string to URL. Okay, so this is understandable because we don't have this function in here. So let's go to the product class and try to find this function, string to URL. So find. This is why instead of putting it inside this as one of the functions, the best way to do this would have been to put that inside the core functions.php as just a standalone function, so we can use it in any of these. Because what's happening now is I'm required to copy this again from here and paste it inside this other one, like so, which is not good. So you should never repeat your code. If you find yourself repeating like this, what we should do instead is go to the core and then go to functions.php and paste it here just like a normal function like this. And then of course we will remove the public from there and just say function like that, save. And once we do that, then we don't need to put this here. So let me find it. Where is it? Right there. Then I can remove this because the function will still work in there, which I can do the same thing here. Hopefully I don't break anything. Let me find it again and remove this. That way we reduce the amount of code in the project. Okay, so there we go. I think that should solve our problems. So let's try again. Now it is very possible that it's been saving some data here. So let me just check just to confirm. Okay, so it didn't save, which is awesome. So resend. Okay, so one more error. So let's see here. Undefined array key URL address online 28. Okay. So keep in mind that programming is mostly about solving errors. The better you are at solving errors, the better of a programmer you're going to be. So spend a lot of time trying to debug your system. Don't get frustrated. Every time you see an error, this is an opportunity for you to get some experience. So line 28, post class, where are we? So post class, line 28, right there. Okay, so make sure the URL address is unique, and then saying URL address is equal to. Why did I even use this? I have no idea why this is even a thing here. URL address array. Ah, okay. So let me come back here and see what's going on. So it's here that I made a mistake. So it's supposed to say URL address. Yeah, some of these things get lost in translation. So resend. Okay, so one last error here. Uncaught PDO exception, invalid parameter number. Okay, so the number of parameters is indeed invalid if there are too many of them. So what this means is that the number of parameters I've added inside this array is very different to the number of parameters I have added inside the insert statement here. So let's look at the statement real quick here. So obviously from the look of things, you can clearly see that something is wrong here. So let's see, title. I completely forgot about this. So we have title, we have the post itself, and then we have the date there, we have the user URL, but we need the URL address as well. And what else do we need? We do need the image. So let's remove these 2, 3, 4. Oh, so URL address is actually there. So let's remove that from there. So date, do we have the date? Yes. So let me just copy these babies over here and paste them here so that I do not miss the proper order. And then I can simply use the commas to find where I should put my my full colon in this case. Okay, so make sure there's a full colon on each one of those, and we should be golden at this point. So refresh, and one final chance. Ooh, more errors. Column could not be found. The column title. Really? There's title column here. So what's going on? Column not found. Unknown column title in field list. Are you sure? Okay, so title. So let's make sure the title is there inside the, yeah, where it is there. So what is going on here? Okay, that's because we are on the wrong table again. So it's supposed to be insert into blogs. Okay, great. Simple mistakes like that happen all the time. So resend. Very nice. See how satisfying it is when you finally fix your errors and you get things to work. This is what I like about programming, that very process of figuring out what the error is. And so far we are doing very well. We have our image in there, we have the post title, we have the URL address here, which is awesome, and we have the user URL, which is awesome as well, the date. Everything is golden. All right, so in the next video we'll look at how to display the saved content. We'll put a few blogs in there and see how we can display all that. All right, so I'll see you in the next video.